Hi everyone, welcome to Coding Simplified, and today we'll see all about the string class in Java. So basically string is a class in Java, so we can create object of Java and as well as we can declare, right? So we'll see the different ways of declaring string. So string object, so let's say this is Java, right? So this is a one way of declaring string object. So basically, as you know that string is a sequence of characters, right? So here this string has is a sequence of J, A, V and A, right? So it's a sequence of characters, and as well as you can define string object like st equals to new string, and then let's say C++. So this is again a one way of declaring string object, right? And suppose if you want to declare the null object, string null object, then you can simply say like, let's say s equal to null, right? So this is pointing to a null string, right? So this is how we declare a string object. Now the important point about string is that string is an immutable object, right? So immutable means, so let me just remove this. So immutable means, let's say you have defined string as equal to Java, and when you define string as equal to, and if you change it to like C++, right? So as soon as you change it, now it create a different object and it points to different object C++, right? So earlier as variable was pointing to Java, but now as variable will point to C++. So this will disconnect from Java and it will point to a different object, and it will create a different new object string C++, right? And suppose if you again change it to, for example, like Ruby, then again it will point to Ruby, not to C++, right? And let's say if you print this now, so obviously it will give me Ruby. So run this program and it will give me Ruby, right? So this is immutable object. As well as, like, if you say just remove this, and if you say s plus C++, right? And let's say this. So if you run this program, this will give you Java and C++, but now this will create another object Java and C++, and s variable will point to this, right? So this was all about the immutable object, and now we'll see about the array of strings. So let me just remove this, and let's say declare an array string. So equals to new string, and let's say the length is 3, right? So now give the values. So 0, let's say you have, let's say Google, and then in A1, right? So this is the same as we declare the primitive data type. Similarly, we can define the string class arrays, right? Let's say this is YouTube. So, and if you run this program, so we'll use, even you can use the enhanced A, and then print the, so this is enhanced for loop, and if you run this program, right, so run this program and this will give me all the string values, right? So this is how we declare the array string, right? So, and now we'll see some important method of string class, right? So let me remove this, and let's define a string as, right? So let's say this is hello world, right? So first of all, we have this method which is hash dot length, right? So let me just say int n, and n equals to hash dot length. So this gives me the number of characters in that string, right? So if you print the n value, this will give me the 10, because this is of 10 character string, right? So length, so we remember length gives me the number of character in that string, right? So this is a length, and now we'll see about the starts with. So starts with means, so let's remove this, and let's say we have boolean b, and it say starts with. So basically we check that whether this string starts with hello. So let's say we are checking with hello, right? And this is case sensitive, right? So we'll see. Let's suppose if you print this value, so run this program and this will give you true, because this string has started with hello, so this is giving you true. But if you give, let's say, this h, so run this program and you will find it false. So this is giving you false value because this is case sensitive. So actually it is capital H, not small h. And as well as if you give this, let's say, hello, then also here it will give you false value, because string is started with hello, not hello, right? And in similar note, we can say we have end with, right? So we have another method which is ends with. So end with method check that whether the string has been ended with the given string or not. So suppose if you give WORLD and run this program, then this will give you true, because this string has been ended with world. As well as if you give, for example, this RLD, this will also give you true, because this is ended with RLD. As well as if you give only D, this will also give you true. But if you give anything other than this, for example, if you give hello, then this will give you false, because this will say this is not ended with hello, right? So this is ends with, like whether your string is ended with the given this string or not. So this returns the boolean value, right? So this was the ends with. Earlier we studied about the start with and then ends with, and now we'll see about the trim value. So let me just change something. Let's say I have this string hello, then space, then world, right? And just remove this, and let me remove this, and let's say s dot trim, right? And print the s value again, the string. So uh, this gives me, and then assign the values in the s string. So this say that s dot trim, so what it does, it removes the starting, the leading, as well as the trailing spaces, right? Not the internal space. So it will not remove the internal space, it will just remove the starting, leading, and the trailing space, right? So if you run this program, this will give you hello, then space, then world, because it has removed the starting one, the leading one, as well as the trailing space, right? So but suppose if you comment this and if you run this program, this will print the same, right? And if I remove this and run this program, right, so this is how it has removed the spaces at the end, right? So this is about the trim method. And now we'll see about the uh, character at. So let me just change the string, and let's say I have this char ch, right? And ch equals to s dot character at. So character8 method, it takes the input as an index value, that basically it gives you the character at the index you want to fetch, right? So let's say I want to fetch the index at the first, right? So it gives you the character value, right? So this will give me what value? 0 and 1. So this will give me e, right? Because at the index 1 we have e character. So if you run this program, this will give you e, right? But and if you give 0, then this will give me h, right? So character8 method is used to extract the character at the specified index position, right? But if you give the invalid index, then this will give you index, string index out of bound exception. So let's say if you give let's say 12, so 12 is not valid in this case, right? And if you run this program, it will give you string index out of bound exception, right? So we need to take care of the string index, and as well as if you give let's say -1, this will give you the same string index out of bound exception. So this was about the character8 method, and now we'll learn about the substring, that how we can fetch the substring. So let's say you have the string as hello world, and mm, we have another string as 1, right? So if you say that s1 equals to s dot substring, and this is the beginning index, right? So let's say you give the beginning index 5. So it gives me the string starting from the fifth index to the end, right? So fifth index means 0 1 2 3 4 5. So this will give me the string from fifth, from world, from w to d, right? And if you print the string s1, it will give me the string world. So run this program and this will give you world, right? So, and suppose if you give 7, and if you run this program, this give me RLD. So basically this method, substring method, extract the substring from the specified position to the end of the string, right? And this substring has another version too. So basically in that it takes 2 argument, right? So let's say I have another string s2. This is s2. So in this it takes 2 argument substring. So basically it takes beginning index, like from where you want to start the string, and the ending index exclusively. So basically it means one beyond the last character. So suppose you give 8, right? So this will, and if you run the string s2 and run this program, so this will give me var, because fifth, so this is starting index 5, fifth, then 6, and then 7, right? So index only till the last one. So if you are given 8, so 8 means, so 8 minus 1, right? So it will print me WOR, right? So this is all about the substring, and now we'll see how to compare the different strings. So let's say we have string s1 equals to hello, and another string we have s2 equals to, so we will take the same string hello. So first comparison we have, let's take it boolean b, and then s1 equals to s2. So this is the first comparison we have, equals to. So equals to does this shallow comparison, right? So it means it compares if two reference variable holds the same reference or not, right? For example, in this case, s1 is pointing to hello and s2 is also pointing to hello, right? So in this case, both reference variables or both reference values are same, right? So if you run this program, then write the and b. So if you run this program, this will give you true, right? Because both values or both values reference are same, right? But now let's take another string as 3 and say that this is capital hello, right? So this is different in the sense that the reference are not equal now, right? So if you compare s1 to s3, this will give you false value because the reference of s1 and s3 are not equal, right? And the shallow comparison is not true. So when we were comparing the s1 and s2, then they were equal, but s1 and s3, they are not equal, right? And similarly, if you take one more string and you say hello, and if you compare s1 to s4 and run this program, this will give you false value because when you are creating the new object, so it is creating the new string object, and in this case it is different object and s1 is different object. So this will gives you false value because they are not equal. The reference variable are not equal, right? So this was the equals comparison. I hope you understand the point by using the for string, right? And now we'll use the equals method, right? So rather than is one by one, we'll use the equals method. So s1 dot equals, and first we'll compare to s2. So equals to compare the deep comparison, right? So deep comparison means it compare with the content of the string, right? For example, s1 is hello and s2 is also hello, and each characters are matching. So if you run this program, it will give you true value, right? Because the whole content is matching, right? But if you compare s1 to s3, this will not match because this is case sensitive, and this is in lowercase and this is in uppercase, right? So if you run this program, this will give false value. But if you compare s1 to s4 and if you run this program, this will give you true value because the content of this s1 and s4 is equal or same, right? So here in equals we are not talking about reference variable because earlier we were talking about equals, which was reference variable. So in that case s1 and s4 was different, but now the content is same, so this is returning true value, right? But now we'll use the another method, which is equals ignore case. So if you say let me equals and ignore case, right? And just give the different. So if you compare with the s2, so obviously this will give me, okay, another is parenthesis, right? So if you run this program, this will give me true value. But if you give s3, so in this case, this say equals ignore case means this is in lower case and this is in upper case, but it says okay, even if case is not matching but content is matching, this should give the true value. So run this program and this will give me true value, right? But if the string is totally different, right? For example, let's say let's take another string s5, and this is, let's say, world, and if you're comparing to let's say s5, so this will give me false value because the content are totally different, right? So this is the same as the case in case of equals. Even if you compare with equals, this will give me false value because no content is matching, right? So this is how we can compare the string using equals, then equals ignore case, and then equals to methods, right? And now we have another method of comparing the string, and that is compareTo. And now we'll see the compare method. So let's say int n or int I, and say I equals to s1 dot compare to as to another string. So compareTo says that it matches the two strings. So this is first string and this is second string. So it says if both strings are equal, it will return 0, right? So if both strings are 0, this I will be 0. Sorry, this I will be 0, right? And if it returns the minus value, if the first string is less than the second string, and it returns the positive value if first string is greater than the second string, right? So we'll see all the values. First, in this case, the both strings are equal, right? So if you run this program, this will give me 0, right? Because both strings are equal. But if first string is less than second string, so let's say this is B and this is E, so A is equal, but when B will check to E, then B is less than E, right? And if you run this program, this will give me -3 because the ASCII value or the Unicode value of between B and E is -3, because B then C D E, right? So the difference is 3, so that's why it has given 3. But if this is E and this is B, then this will give me 3, because now the first value is greater than the second string, right? So this is how we compare the, or this is how we use the compareTo method. And now we'll see about the index of method. So we have defined the string s, which is abcxyz abc. So basically index of string says that whatever the substring you are giving here, what is the index of that string or that substring in the main string, right? So for example, in this case, we are asking that in this main string, what is the index of this substring starting from the left. So the abc substring, it finds out at the 0th index, right? So if you run this program and if you print the I value, so run this program, then this will give you 0, right? Because the index is abc. But if you give the, let's assume abx, so there is no index, as there is no substring as abx, so this will give you the -1, because so -1 says there is no such string abx, right? And it has another version too, so which says, and that for example abc, so find the find the string abc after third index, right? So it means it will say 0 1 2 3, so it will search abc after this index, right? So if you run this program, this will give you 6, because this will not give this, because it will start from here, right? So it will start searching abc string from this index. So as soon as it find abc, it will give you the starting index of that string, right? So this is how we give the index of, or this is how we operate the index of method. And similarly, we have the last index of also. So let's say L equals to and last index of, so let's say I want to search ABC again, right? So it gives me, and let's say L, I want to print L. So last index of means it starts searching from the end, right? And it gives you the index value. So first it says the ABC find here, so this will give you 6. So if you run this program, this will give you 6, because it is starting, it is searching from the end, right? And similarly, if you give the string which is not present here, let's say avf, this will give you -1 because there is no such a string. And similarly, it has the two version, so which says let's say 5. So this will say that start from searching of this string from the end, but search before the 5. So this says 5 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will start searching like this way, right? So if you run this program, this will give you 0 because this will start from here. So obviously it doesn't know about this string. It will know only about this string, right? So for the both methods, index of and last index of, we have two versions. First takes the only one argument, the string, and second it takes the two argument, right? So it is from where it should start and from where it should start from the last, right? And now we have the method, so which is lowercase and uppercase. So suppose if I want to so let's say that my string is something like let's change it to hello, right? So if I give to lowercase, so all the characters of this string will change to lowercase, right? So if you run this program, this will give you hello. So the capital H has been changed to hello, right? But if you change it to the uppercase, so let's say to uppercase, okay, then all characters of this string will change to the uppercase. So run this program and this will give you all uppercases, right? And now we'll see the another method, so which says, suppose if I have this string and I want to convert it into an array, right? So for that we can convert it in array. So let's say we have defined array a and say array a equals to hash dot 2char array, right? So 2char array change the whole strings character into a character array, right? So rather than this, if you use an enhanced for loop and let's say character c and a, because a is the character array, and if you print the whole values, so let's say c and run this program, then you can say it will print the all values of characters one by one because it has converted into the character array, right? So this is about the 2char array. And now I will see the another method which is get char. So which says, let's suppose I have this string and I want to extract some array or some characters and I want to store them in an array, right? So for that we use this method. So first declare an array. So for example, I am declaring a 7 element array and let's say that as dot get char. So getChar has 4 argument. First it says that what is the starting index, right? So suppose I say that starting index is 2. And then it says what is the end index. So index after the last character in the string to copy, right? So index after the last character. So let's say I have 5 destination. So what is the character array? So destination is C array. And if I print this, let's say char ch and then C and then O, because second, so second is 0, 1, 2, and then 5 minus 1, so 2, 3, 4, right? So it will copy these three element and it will put into character this starting from the 0th index, right? So this is how we use the getChar method. So this is used to copying the characters from the string and then put it into array, right? Now we have another important method, which is suppose if I have a character array and now I want to convert it into a string, right? So for that we use the copy value of, so we say c, or basically this is static method, right? So directly we can use the string class dot copy value of and then the character array, right? Because it has converted from the character, or it has copied the all values of characters and put into string s, right? So this is how we use the copy value of. So friends, almost we have covered the all important methods of string, and if you want to know the more methods, then additionally you can see the documentation of Java. And I think that's all for the string class. And similarly, you can find the more information on codingsimplified.com. And friends, if you like the video, then please like it and subscribe the channel